All right. Let's see if this starts working. Maybe? Should be? Already? Don't know. Find out in a couple seconds. If you are there, hello. But it takes me a couple seconds to kind of like be able to see that I'm actually on. I think I did everything correctly. I'm pretty sure I did everything correctly. I know it's been a while, but should still be okay. I think there is a delay, but hang in there. Yeah, I still don't see anything. That's very weird. Can't actually tell if it's working or not. Hold on. For anyone who's there. Oh, this is ridiculous. Yeah, it's really weird. It's not even... I don't know if it's showing me as live. It normally pops up for me on my side. But nothing. It's kind of weird. 1 second. Yeah, okay, that's really weird. Sorry about that, everybody. It was not show. So, what I have to do is, for those who are completely unaware, I can. Okay, now I see it. For some reason, like obviously on this screen, you know, you see what's on this screen, but I can't actually see the chat area. So I have to have my tablet open on the side so that I'm able to like read what everyone is saying. And for some reason, I like went on my tablet, tried to like find my thing, and normally I get like a little thing. It's like, hey, Modern Investors Live. That didn't pop up, so I was sitting there like talking to no one for a good 2 minutes until I realized that if I went to the side, you can't really see it because this is in my tablet, went to the side on the screen, and lo and behold, it shows that I was live there as opposed to not. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome back for another live stream. Someone says they cannot hear me. Can everyone else hear me? Is it is the sound working? Yeah, I don't hear any other okay, everyone's saying yeah, okay, yeah, perfect. I hear you. Don't D you. I don't know what that means, but thank you for that. Okay, perfect, loud and clear. Yes, all okay. Yes, hear you. Yep, good. Oh, you are brother. Yes, I am. Thank you. Sound is fine. Yes, sound fine. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another live stream. There's not it's really weird. I assume it's because of the holiday weekend, as it is called. There's not like an enormous amount of news, so I thought we'd go over some of the stuff that has happened this week, because it was kind of a really weird week, if you really want my honest opinion. There was a lot of really crazy stuff that kept on happening in the cryptocurrency space. Just when you think you have it all under control and you really understand exactly what crypto's about, it kind of throws you a very big curveball. Someone said Alaska Republic, Paris, Amsterdam, Missouri. Today's Easter. Happy Easter weekend. Sound yes. I am Job. To the moon, baby. Bat has been going crazy. You're the best on YouTube. Wow. BTC sucks. Serbia, Ada, Edmonton, Belgium, California, USA. Love you, man. Edinburgh. Drops to the sun and back. Ohio. Texas, bro. Can't wait to buy the dip. Florida, Holland, Puerto Rico, Canada, New York, Toronto, Colorado, BTC, Croatia, Sup TMI, Argentina, New Jersey, England, Sri Lanka. Do more like videos. England, Holland, Utrecht, Berlin, SoCal, London, Mukbang. Oh my gosh. Okay, now it's flying too fast. Toronto, Chicago, Ireland, Copenhagen, Morocco, UK, Germany, Far Rockaway, Queens. Amazing. Canada, California, Ireland loves you. India. Thank you very much for the donation. Rainy Steps. Happy Easter to you too as well. Norway, Oregon, Delaware, Oregon, Ljubljana, Amsterdam, NYC, Walla Walla, Washington, Brazil, South Africa, Las Vegas. Cool. China, Guatemala, North Carolina, India, Dusseldorf. My gosh, the names. Italy, India. Hit the like button, everybody. San Francisco, Montreal, Poland, New York, Seattle, Easter, Atlanta, Coconut Creek. Amazing. UK, England, Ontario, Finland, Antarctica, Pennsylvania, Antarctica, Dubai, Champagne, Dirty Jersey, Malamo, Miami, Florida, Madrid, Netherlands. Okay, now you guys are just having fun with it. I can't even. I'm like way up. I can't even think of. My brain doesn't process things that fast. Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another video. So I'm gonna go over some. I mean, not really go over it. This is gonna be more of like a ask me what you want, go for it kind of thing. Let's talk about stuff happening in the cryptocurrency space. If I can manage to keep up with the chat, I will definitely answer. People were asking before why I haven't live streamed in quite a bit of time. It was because if you've seen like the last 2 weeks, I had like a really weird cough, phlegm thing. Like my throat wasn't hurting, but it was kind of like whatever it kind of was. So I didn't really think I was up to the task of making like another 2-hour live stream, simply because a very strong feeling I would have completely just fallen apart at some point. So I think I'm feeling a lot better now. I have some water next to me as a just in case. Yeah, I see a lot of people asking about Cardano. It's actually, for those, it's actually right here. Earlier this week, there was the Cardano IOHK Summit, and I was very excited. A lot of people were also very excited about it, and it was a very weird situation because I have another friend who's like really into Cardano, and part of the stuff that happened was it just wasn't really, how do I say this? It just wasn't what I think a lot of people were waiting for, or the information that they kind of wanted. If you've ever seen any of the other summits for any other coin, any other event, any other whatever they end up having, where like the main person like Vitalik gets on stage or Brad Garlinghouse gets on stage and they start talking about stuff, it's like a lot of people wait for like a huge announcement to happen, or like for some type of, we did it, like we are the so-and-so coin and we've definitely done this. And a lot of people were waiting for the Shelly upgrade to be announced, or that Shelly was actually going to be live, or that, I mean, when things like this happen, I've learned myself to not get my hopes up, because yeah, it kind of is always like this. So that's kind of the nicest way of saying that. It's not even like a nice way of saying it. It's just like the realistic way of kind of, you know, everyone, like, remember before sometime last year when Ripple was having like a really huge event and everybody was like, here comes X Rapid, and then like they didn't announce X Rapid, and like X Rapid kind of got announced on like a little side thing. They also had that like that event with like Snoop Dogg. The same exact thing for Ethereum. I think it was like a month or two ago or something like that. They had another, sorry for talking too fast, I apologize. They had another event, the people from Ethereum, and everyone was like, here we go, they're gonna announce Ethereum 2.0. There's definitely gonna be, you know, Plasma's gonna be announced, or Casper's gonna be announced. And then it was kind of like, yeah, we're working on it, we're gonna have it in about 2 years. So before these events, I hesitate sometimes if I even want to like discuss that they are going to happen. But there was a huge amount of fervor around Coinbase not adding Cardano, the speculation that Coinbase was going to add Cardano after like a major announcement. Once again, that was obviously speculation. And then it was the idea that the Cardano people were talking about that we are going to have the Shelly upgrade and the hyper decentralization of the Cardano project, and also proof of stake at some point during 2019, which they still say that we are going to have. However, everybody was like, okay, this is it, it's going to happen, we're going to have it. And then it was like they were announcing other things and like other major or like not even like minor upgrades and other things that they're thinking about potentially doing. And then it just kind of ended, and everyone was kind of left there waiting, like, so where's the Shelly? That's part. I mean, if you want to really kind of dig into it, I don't know if this is actually, yeah, I mean that's something else completely. But I mean, this is why people have been asking, why is Cardano's price kind of not slipping but going down? To be fair, if you want to look at it, everything's not really doing that great right now. Bitcoin slipped under the $5,300 level, and every other coin was kind of like whoop, 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 and started going down for lack of a, I mean, not that I felt that it was fragile, but I could definitely tell that the market wasn't really, there wasn't as much volatility as there had been over the last couple of days. I think everyone was simply waiting for Bitcoin. Bitcoin stayed above 5,300 for, I mean, like a day and a half. And now that it's slipped under, you can even see like it's not even down by 1%, but all the other coins are kind of like, you know, down almost 6% and stuff like that. So I mean, Cardano's mainly down because everyone was kind of waiting for this moment that didn't arrive. It's going to arrive at some point, and I think I feel like in the cryptocurrency space, we've all gotten to the point where we are, I don't want to use the word restless, but restless is kind of the word. It's been a very long bear market. I still believe it shouldn't have lasted this long. I feel like people were pushing down the prices for a very long time to try and shake out weak hands, whatever you kind of want to call it. But I think that they did it so much that everyone is very hesitant about even thinking about pushing money back into the thing or even trying to trade and stuff like that. So yeah, this is the kind of the reason why Cardano has been slipping in price. I mean, it's still, if you believe in it, absolutely wonderful. But it's one of those coins where it's not on thin ice. It's more like everyone's waiting, and I mention this all the time. Like everyone's kind of waiting for these coins to deliver. This is kind of the year. This is also July timeframe. The people, I think June or July. I want to say June. The people from EOS are apparently holding some type of conference, and they're talking about something amazing that's going to happen. You know, major announcement. You're never going to believe it. We're going to be the awesomest. This is going to happen. Justin Sun announced the Sun Network. Or something like that. It was supposed to be like the rival to Lightning Network. It's supposed to be something super fast, awesome, cool, 1,000 bajillion transactions per second. And then we also have Cardano talking about Shelley and all the other upgrades and hyper decentralization and proof of stake. I have a little inkling that at least one or two of these things from one of those three coins is probably not going to happen. I'm not going to say which one, and it is maybe not even Tron. I have a strange feeling that Tron will announce something or launch something that, whatever the case might be, we're almost like we're so close to the finish line where it's like, I really hope, and I mean this genuinely, as much as I don't care for Tron on an everyday basis, I do hope that they succeed, because I would like more than just Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP in the news every single day. I would like all these other so-and-so coins to kind of do it, but they keep promising things, and then the things don't kind of happen, and then things kind of get delayed. I don't expect any Ethereum level delays, but things are taking a bit longer than possible. As far as like what's happening in June for the EOS thing, I've been trying to listen to more of the podcast, Everything EOS. It's kind of weird sometimes. Some of their episodes, they get a little, I mean, just my opinion, they get a bit too excited about things that aren't really exciting, but I try to take it in for what it is. There's just an enormous amount of speculation as to what it could be, as far as like announcements from like venture capital firms, some fundraising, how much money we have for this, new things are going to be launching on the platform, new potential scaling solutions. Because even this is why I had this open over here. For those who didn't know, I mean, it took me a while to really find it, but I kind of finally found it. Cardano, as it stands, can do around 50 to 250 transactions per second on a good day. At the moment, the ones that have been, what's the word? Tron and EOS have both noted that they can do between 5,000 and 10,000 transactions per second. These have been tested, so we know that this is true, and this is why other blockchains are trying to kind of get up to that point. But now everybody's on the level where they're talking about getting to like 100,000 transactions per second, and I think that this could be one of the things that they're going to definitely talk about, as far as like scaling up EOS further. Because Tron may be like a gaming platform, you can build smart contracts and stuff as well, but EOS and Cardano, for those who don't know, they're branching off in different directions, but kind of the same direction. It's more like they're trying to grow up, if you kind of want to say that. Cardano is really branching out in Africa, and they're trying to become like a banking or money service for people who don't have access to the internet and who don't have access to so-and-so, and they're trying to like build this infrastructure around them. The people from EOS, and I think they're going to get really serious about this as well. Remember last year, it's not Brandon, what's the other guy's name? whoever created EOS, I have his face in my head, can't remember his name right now. He announced that he was thinking of potentially doing something as far as like a universal basic income on the EOS network, and a lot of people were like, no, don't do that. It kind of depends on how you feel about this. I mean, to be fair, it's not coming out of anyone's taxes. It would come out of the inflation rate of EOS, but the way that they talked about planning on doing it, and this is similar to what the Cardano people are also doing as well. There's a lot of talk around like a digital identity, and my belief is, I'm not exactly, Dan Larimer, there we go. I don't have any specification on this, but I think this is gonna rather, in the future, as we know everything is going digital, the idea is that there are already countries where you can be like a digital citizen. I think that both of these platforms are going to try and vie to be larger than life, if you will. Well, they have people on their platforms joining them as digital citizens of this and so and so and so, and this is kind of how you get money, or you can exchange your money. That like even the people from Cardano have like a debit card, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it's from Emergo. I'm not really 100% sure. Anyway, the point is the EOS one is what they're trying to do is that, this is what I read and what I can remember, is that the more people that sign up to their platform and like get a digital identity, you'll be, it'll be exclusive to you, obviously, as it is your digital identity. Whenever the inflation rate does happen and more coins are being printed, whatever the case might be, it'll then be sent and go to these people who have signed up for their platform. The idea is the more people that go to their platform, these are the more people that end up buying more EOS tokens in order to be able to have a greater stake, to be able to vote, whatever the case might be. The more people that are on their platform, the higher the price of the coin will go. The more coins that are staked on their platform, as well as more apps are then being built on top of it as well, the more coins that are being locked. The more coins that are being locked, the fewer coins are in circulation, the higher the price of the coin ends up going. The more that the price ends up going higher, the more people end up joining their platform to get that universal basic income. And eventually, when we have a point where EOS's price is so high that the newly minted coins then go to all these people, and if you eventually have millions of people on their platform who are using this, it'll become a way of being able to distribute this money to people per month on their platform. My gosh. I think this is going to happen. And I don't mean just on the EOS platform. I mean in general in life. For those who haven't really paid attention, automation is kind of taking over everything. Driving jobs, hospital jobs, supermarket jobs. Like robots can kind of do everything. I mean, look at the Amazon supermarket thing and Google, like Uber self-driving fleet. Like everyone is getting into these, robotics, AI. Everything is going to be automated. So eventually, when people don't have jobs, especially because the retirement crisis that is like looming directly behind us, governments will have to try to find a way to either raise taxes in order to be able to pay everyone a living wage, salary, number, amount so that they can kind of live. Or the idea is that we do it through cryptocurrencies. And who knows exactly how it's going to play out or pan out, but I have a very interesting inkling that it'll be Cardano and EOS as some of the first blockchain projects out there who come forward and announce that they're going to be doing something like this, because I don't think that one system can do it alone. I don't expect EOS to have 350 million people doing their UBI type thing. So I assume it'll probably be across 10 different platforms. I mean, it's just a very interesting time. It's a very interesting space. We're trying to see exactly how all of this is developing and folding out. It's a very weird time in life as well, because we do see that fiat currencies are failing. We do see that countries are failing. We do see that hyperinflation is taking place. We do see that there are a lot of things happening with banks, and we're expecting another stock market crash, and we see that the housing crisis is getting really bad. We see that there's a huge spike in homelessness. It's just a lot of things are converging into one big point, and in the middle of all of this, we have these major financial institutions who are like, yeah, let's make cryptocurrencies are great. Yeah, Bitcoin's going to be a world currency, and it's kind of like, where do we fall in the middle of all of this? Because, I mean, as early adopters, we are hopefully positioning ourselves in like a very good position. I don't know what other word to really use. And then on the other side, I mentioned this before, not to be a downer, but it's kind of like, if we are the adopters, what happens to others who are not the adopters? Like, how will the world end up shaping when everything is kind of automated and we are the holders? I don't know how to really put that into perspective. Somebody said, how are people going to pay taxes with no job? they if they don't have a job, they won't pay any taxes. The idea of the UBI is that it's money that people get without having to pay any taxes on. It's just like a basic living wage that kind of covers all of your basic minimum expenses. Like if your rent is, I don't know how much rent is for other people, 700, 800, 900, like whatever the case might be, and your groceries per month are 200, and you receive 1100 from the UBI, your basic expenses are covered. You know, you may not be able to go out and party with your friends and buy some new shoes, but you still have a roof over your head, and that's kind of the idea from it. You still believe in kin? Yeah. I mean, I'm still accumulating kin for those who are interested or who wanted to know. Kin for me is not a let's hold this coin forever. Like I mentioned, my opinion, the price is very low right now. I believe it is going to definitely hit 1 cent, and between the 1, 2, 3 cent mark, that'll be my sell-off point. I'm not holding kin as like something to hand to my one-day children. It'll definitely be like hey, I made really good profits off of this, and what have you. I have other coins that I believe in, if I kind of want to say that. Yeah. When portfolio reveal, you should never, ever tell anybody exactly of how much of anything that you actually have. However, as far as what I hold, I thought it's been a while since I made a video about that. For those who were wondering, which coins I hold a fraction of Bitcoin. I hold Ether, not an enormous amount. I hold XRP, obviously. I hold EOS. I hold some Litecoin. I think I have like a Binance coin or two. I feel like, not financial advice, I should be picking up more, simply because it's just a little insane. Thank you very much, Chris Moretta, for your donation. Welcome to the TMI Easter special. Still not financial advice. Thank you very much. Thumb up for the likes. TMI, did you manage to try Sweet Coden 2 yet? No, don't hate me. And it's really funny. As I was reading it and I saw the word, I was like, I know I didn't try this thing. I haven't. I mean, I've been drowning in crypto, and I don't mean that as a joke. Like, it's just really, I'm not making new friends, but I'm getting like a lot of my friends into crypto as well, and I just can't like do anything else. Like, I think I actually not take a break from crypto, but I think I need to find like an hour from my day where I can live, because I like read crypto news all day, and then like when I get bored or I go outside to go to the supermarket, I listen to crypto podcasts, and then like I come back home, I read more crypto news, and I like read like white papers or whatever I can find, and then like I end up making a video. So yeah, right. So sorry. No, I have not yet. I do apologize. Please don't hate me. I think like I said, like 1 or 2 Binance coin. I think I have some Stellar as well, simply because like the whole IBM thing was kind of like if I don't hold it and it ends up hitting like $10, I'll feel kind of blah. So I definitely have some. I definitely have Cardano. Not gonna lie, I think I have like 25 Tron, and that's because it was like an airdrop. Not joking. The privacy coins, definitely don't have them. I definitely do not have any SV. I had IOTA. I tried to get on the IOTA train for quite a bit of time. I couldn't do it. They were just too inconsistent. Every single time that they had a partnership, they had like 16 partnerships, and none of them were using their token. Thank you very much, Mark Spitnail, for your donation. Happy Easter from Michigan. I listen to you at least 2 of your videos every morning. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for your donation, and thank you for your support. I'm glad that I can make these things so that people can listen. And I mean, not everybody has the time of day for them to like be able to go through all the news. So this is why I make the videos, to kind of like, this is the news, this is it, going about your day, live your life. Because crypto, there's just always an immense amount of stuff going on. It's absolutely insane. I did have IOTA. I'm pretty sure I think it's gone. I'm not gonna lie. I probably swapped it into probably EOS or even XRP or something like that. I don't have any Tezos, and I kind of wish that I did. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, there's probably not a realistic chance of me getting 10,000 Tezos. However, just because of the whole staking thing with Coinbase, I am I assume that they're probably going to have staking with Ether and also with Cardano. So I'm kind of betting more on those as opposed to like mad rushing to try and get as much Tezos as possible. Thank you very much, Greg Tufano, for your donation. You are awesome, but don't talk about XRP as much anymore. What are your thoughts on the current future potential? Maybe your price predictions. I'll get back to that in 1 second. I don't have any Neo. I don't have an Ethereum Classic. No Ontology. Continuing on, I have no Bitcoin Gold. I definitely have a Mise Go. Mise Go is one of my favorite projects. I definitely, not financial advice. I feel eventually at some point, once Plasma happens, Ethereum and Mise Go are going to do very well. At $1.84, it's like pennies to me. So I gobble up as much as my wallet will allow every month or so. And all the other coins at that point, they get kind of shaky. I don't really have any of these coins unless I was like gifted them by the heavens. Besides that, I try to hold on to like blue chip coins, if you kind of want to say that. It's not that I don't talk about XRP as much anymore. I do apologize for not talking about XRP as much. There's not a lot of XRP/Ripple news. We had like a huge wave where there was an enormous amount of XRP news, and this is why I kind of sometimes I sit there and I ponder, and I'm like, why doesn't the price move? I was looking at a chart like a day or two ago, and it got me thinking. I was sitting there like, what's going on? It showed Ethereum's price was like $75, Bitcoin's price was like 3,200, somewhere around there, and XRP was 32 cents, and I was like, because Bitcoin's price is 52. This is it was 175 a little bit ago, and this was, it's still the same price. It's really weird. There's such a huge amount of, I mean, XRP could be gearing up for a 2017 moment again, where it just did not move from the 1 cent spot for what seemed like an eternity, and then at some point the coin just completely lost its mind and went to $3 and some cents. So it's being used, obviously. We have more news, or had more news before, that it is going to be used for multiple banks, multiple corridors, multiple so-and-so. I wouldn't even be mad at XRP if it stayed right where it was and then kind of did the same exact movement from 2017. That would be like a $13, if not a $14 XRP. I'd be fine with it, but I think me and everyone else, I assume other people as well, you kind of sit there and just wonder, like, why doesn't the price move? Like, to be fair and to be honest and not to be mean, like when the price of something like Bitcoin Cash moves, or even like Satoshi's Vision was going up before the whole debacle of the delistings and stuff like that, you kind of sit there and you're like, why are you going up and not XRP? Like, this has 200 partners. Like, everyone should be, if you are in the XRP community, you should be hyper bullish on XRP. And if you are just listening to the news, you should know that something is brewing behind the scenes, but it doesn't really translate into the actual prices, which kind of gets me sometimes. What are your thoughts on the current future potential? I mean, it's still there. Like, nothing has like deterred me from my love of XRP. Like I mentioned before in other videos when I was maybe live streaming a bit before, but XRP and Bitcoin, and I mean this in the most honest way, in a pie chart, they are 50-50 for me. Bitcoin has the name. I think Bitcoin is just a colossal force that is going to eventually just gobble up all of its forks. And XRP, I mean, it's in the partnerships. Like, when you have information that the company who, whatever word you want to use over XRP, has 200 partners. They partnered with 50 to 70 different central banks around the world. They partnered with like multiple governments and all this other crap. And when the eventual goal is, and they've mentioned this before, is to, even if people are using X currents, to eventually switch people over to X Rapid so that they are using the XRP token. It's clear where this is all going. So there's no love lost for me. Like, I am still a firm believer in the XRP coin. It's just a matter of, I kind of look at it and I'm like, move. Do something. Like, can you just kind of go up? As far as like price predictions, I'm still on the $10 train. I think it's going to happen. We hit $3 and something when it was just normal people hyping up Coinbase, and now we have at least 38 different exchanges that is now listed on around the world, and then we have all this. I mean, we didn't have news about the 200 banks and the partnerships and the central banks in 2017. So I'm expecting a nice price rise. I want to say $15, $20 XRP, somewhere around there. People are calling. I mean, I'm not going to say some of the crazier amounts. I think we will eventually, sometime in the future, especially as more usage happens, I want to say 2-3 years down the line, we are definitely going to have a dare I say, a $100 XRP. I saw some people talking about a $10,000 XRP. I don't know. I mean, anything's possible, right? I mean, we never saw Bitcoin really hitting 20,000. So who's to say? Thank you very much, Adam Gonzalez, for your donation. You are Sofa King, cool man. Got you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Matthew Keleshian, for your donation. Happy Easter. Do you see EOS as a top 2 to 3 coin or price? Okay, that's a very strong one. What I think is going to happen, and this, I mean, at this point, it's one of two scenarios. The EOS project, for those who don't know, the ICO, before this coin came out, raised $4 billion. That is billion with a B. Ethereum raised, I want to say, like, what was it, like 15 million in, like, in the early days. Like, they were, if I'm not mistaken, like the first ICO, or the first thing that we had that became to be known as an ICO. I think EOS, whether you like it or not, has positioned themselves in a very interesting corner. They have the money, they have the people, they have the framework, they have the transaction speed, they have the force and power kind of behind them. What I think is going to happen, and this is why I wait patiently for June, if the people from EOS, and I mean really, and I mean not like a standing on stage, patting themselves in the back. Yeah, we did it. You know, we can do 5,001 transactions. I mean, like, really give us information that they're going to implement something by the end of this year, that they can do 100,000 transactions per second before Ethereum kind of has Plasma and has Casper and has Proof of Stake and has so and so and so. I can see the price skyrocketing. I don't think Bitcoin Cash is going to remain in this position forever. I think we will eventually see a tussle for the top 3 positions. I think Litecoin will remain in the top 10. I don't think that's going anywhere. I think Binance Coin is going to bypass a lot of other coins along the way. But I mean, it's very hard to say. Ethereum has an enormous amount of money behind it as well, and I mean, it probably is in the billions as well at this point. But it's this really weird. Ethereum isn't doing what they said that they were going to do, and you know, we may have Proof of Stake by the end of this year, which would still be great. A top 3 coin, I think I need to hear from the EOS people that stuff is going to go down. And I mean, like, we can do this, we can do that, we can do so and so and so. This is being activated, this is being implemented. We have a partnership with them, and them. Our UBI thing is going to be enacted in Uganda or Venezuela, like some really heavy news that would kind of push it up to the top 3. At the moment, these 3 juggernauts are there because I think of namesake, and I think just because of the money that's kind of floating behind them. But I think it would take a lot for EOS to go into a top 3. However, I do firmly believe at some point, one, my belief is that EOS is very undervalued. That's my belief. 2, I see a $100 to $200 EOS, and I think that's definitely going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen this year as we have prices skyrocketing, but EOS for me is a very long-term hold unless we hear something negative in the news that says otherwise. Thank you very much, Farshad Rouhani, for your donation. It says the only coin that has a potential to go to the moon with a rocket is XRP. This is, yes. I mean, I need it to move. Like, I need to see this. Even now, like, it's in red taunting me. Like, I need it to kind of go up to show that it, I mean, I know that price isn't a basic metric for, you know, what the coin can actually do, but it's kind of like it's a very taunting, really weird thing. Like, the Bitcoin Cash is so close to its volume, and it's like, why do you do this? I mean, who knows? It will eventually go up. Yes, we know this, but I mean, the 200 partnerships, this is what keeps me holding on. Thank you very much, Christian Panuco, for a donation. Thanks for all your info. Thoughts on Neo? Where is Neo? I don't dislike Neo. In 2017, especially towards the end of it, Neo was thought to be the like original Ethereum killer, if you kind of want to call it that. And there was a lot of people calling out, and analysts and speculation, that Neo was going to be adopted. So it was Neo first, and then it was Tron afterwards. That these were Chinese coins, air quotes, and that they were going to be adopted by China first. And then we had like a huge flow down in price, and that kind of got everybody not too hyped on Neo anymore. I'm interested to kind of see what happens as prices do go back up, if everyone kind of loses their minds once again. But at the moment, Neo is very, not even lukewarm. It's kind of cold. You almost never hear about it in the news. I'm sure they may update their GitHub or any other place that they are, you know, whatever the case might actually be. But we never really hear about Neo that much anymore. Neo was like a really big project. Everyone thought that this had the potential to overtake Ethereum, because if China had so many restrictions and they decided to allow Chinese coins, air quotes, that they could have dominion over and or look over, then therefore the billion people in China would be kind of steered towards these coins, and therefore the price of the coin would go up dramatically. It never ended up happening because we had all these bannings and so and prices ended up going down. So yeah, it's not necessarily on my radar. Do I think it has the potential to eventually do well? Absolutely. At the moment, me myself, I'm too focused on many other coins it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, EOS, Litecoin, Stellar to a certain extent, Cardano, and Omise Go. These are like my go team. Like when I have extra cash, I try to divide it up, and this is what I sprinkle my money onto, if you kind of want to say it that way. Give me half a second so I can actually have a glass of water before I like pass out here. Okay. Reading through some of the comments. Sorry if you even heard that. I have no idea. Yeah, so this week has been a little insane. Hold on. BNB forecast future. I think Binance has taken a lot of people by surprise. I think everything that they said they were going to do, the fact that they are already doing it, is a little insane. I'm getting a lot of calls from people, not like actual physical phone calls. I mean, like people are saying this out loud, that they think that, and I mean grain of salt, like actual just 1 grain of salt, that eventually Binance coin could potentially hit like $1,000 per coin. And that's simply because first of all, Binance like a day or two ago actually passed by its previous all-time high, while the rest of the market is still kind of lulled and stuff like that. The idea is that as they continue to burn more coins, I think the eventual idea is to only have 100 million circulating. And as Binance becomes more popular, they find more uses for the coin, and they also integrate it into their decentralized exchange and all the other perks that you end up having for holding Binance coin. People are actually holding this as if it was a stock for a company. People are talking about that Binance could potentially one day be worth $1,000 per, Binance coin per coin worth $1,000, which I think at this point is entirely believable if they continue to go on that track. Yeah, I mean, we will see by the end of this year if it's kind of all hype, if the coin actually has or is going to be really used. But at the moment, I mean, except for this little thing right here, because all the other coins are dropping, the coin has been doing phenomenally. It's kind of completely insane. Thank you very much, Nicky Nick, for your donation. Kin started the Unity dev, over 30 apps already in use. Yeah, this is why, that's what got me excited about Kin. What keeps me holding on to Kin is the fact that eventually when the market does go up, there are extra corridors that we will then have even more so, where people can buy and sell and trade and so. This is why I stay with that 1, 2, 3 cents kind of mark. And eventually, as we have more apps as well, because the people from Kick are not going to just have only 30 apps using their token. As crypto becomes hyper mainstream, I think this is going to propel the coin's price a lot further. So this is why I am a believer in Kin, at least for the next 2 years or so. Thank you very much, Tyler Stojak, for donation. Do you track big wallets for BTC or other coins? No, I can't. I think that would drive me crazy if I did that. I like whale watching from other people. But I can't do it. There's already too much speculation in my head for me to even think of doing something like that. Thank you very much, Shay Kuntz. I can't thank you enough for all that you do. Thank you very much for your donation. I mean, I'm like incredibly passionate about crypto, so I just try my best. I try to do what I can. Thank you very much, Illinois, for your donation. Next Coinbase listing prediction. Engine, Omise Go. What's a REC? What's X? Hold on. REQ. Request Network. And XTZ. Tezos. Isn't Tezos on there already? I could have sworn Tezos was already on Coinbase. They announced that they were what's the word? That they were going to be doing the staking for Tezos, no? I could have sworn that it was already on Coinbase. I would like if Omise Go was going to be on Coinbase. I think it might take some time. I mean, logically at this point, they should just list all 4 of those coins. It may take them a bit more time, but I mean, the Cardano situation is kind of becoming like the XRP situation is kind of just listed already. But this is why there was so much speculation before at the IOHK thing that they were going to wait for some spectacular news and then they were going to also announce that they were going to list it. Yeah. Thank you very much, MTS. Thank you for your work during the bear season. Yeah, I know. The last couple of months, not even couple of months, the last year and some months have gotten a lot of people down. So I try to shine my crypto light on it. I mean, because it's just a market cycle. Like, it's just something. But I mean, when you see yourself losing money, a lot of people were asking me before. They were like, yeah, you know, it's really crazy. I lost so much money. And I was like, I've been in crypto for a while. I've only accumulated. So when the prices went up, I was smiling from ear to ear. When prices went down, I was also not the happiest camper in the entire world. I also lost an immense amount. But it's just this, if there was no news in 2018 about any adoption, no Fidelity, no New York Stock Exchange, no NASDAQ, I would have been like, okay, maybe something's a bit wrong. But it's clear that dare I say, the world financial elite have stuck their heads into the cryptocurrency space, and I don't see crypto going anywhere anytime soon, especially when we're getting a lot of calls for prices to kind of shoot back up and all this other crazy stuff. And I mean, I am very bullish on the entirety of the cryptocurrency space. Even other coins I don't like, it's clear they're not gonna go anywhere anytime soon. Are you ever bearish? Rarely. Like I said, we've had the steady stream of good news has kept my bullishness intact. The only thing that I'm bearish on, and it's not even a real bearish, it's more like the having to wait for the SEC or the CFTC. That is the only thing that kind of gets me down and gets me kind of not even riled up. It makes me very annoyed that we've been waiting for institutions to enter the cryptocurrency space, and they are knocking on our door, they're banging it down, and the people who are holding the door are the CFTC and the SEC. Like, when we have the New York Stock Exchange talking about, hey, we're going to launch in November, and the only thing that's keeping them back is the CFTC, it's kind of annoying. When something wants to launch and we're trying to get physical this or so-and-so that, and the SEC is like, yeah, your paperwork isn't really there. It's a strange form of manipulation, and one of the things that really annoys me is that you can't really, the word isn't, what's the word? Like, you can't get them in trouble. That's kind of the nicest way of saying it. Like, you know that they're doing something wrong, but you can't really not prosecute them. You kind of get what I'm saying. Thank you very much, Atusa Arjang, for a donation. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, this is what I'm kind of saying. So the only thing that gets me bearish is these financial, whatever you kind of want to call them, who are keeping the space back on purpose. Sometimes not even China and India, like life will go on if they are not into crypto. It would be a lot better if they were in crypto, but it's nice to see that Bermuda, Jamaica, Liechtenstein, what was the other one? Not Monaco. The other rich other name, the US, as you know, Germany, Switzerland, like all these places getting into crypto has kind of, kept me very bullish throughout the entire thing. It's just a matter of when prices are going to go back up. And that's kind of the only thing. TMI, when do you see a full crypto adoption? I think we're going to have stages, and the stages aren't going to be what you think. I think it's going to be I kind of mentioned this before in segments and other videos. I think we're going to see prices whenever they do go back up. We're not going to see the same coverage of it in the news. I don't think people read newspapers anymore, but online or on TV, on cable, whatever the case might be. I think it's going to be like a prices are going back up. Oh, that's cool. That's fine. Even when we pass by 20,000, you may hear about it once or twice some other places. Your friends and family definitely won't hear about it. I think mass adoption will come when prices have skyrocketed, and I think Bitcoin is unobtainable for the huge amount of people. And I mean within the 50, 60, 70, 80,000, $90,000 range, somewhere around there. I think it'll start to pick up a bit more. I think between, and I mean, this will be, this is a huge couple of months, but between 5,200 and around $60,000, those couple of months, I think you'll hear more about it in the news, but I think it won't be mainstream for everyday people until, kind of like what happened in 2017. Like, it takes a really strong bull run to get a lot of people really interested. But the fact that what we have now is that in 2017, we didn't have the New York Stock Exchange talking about that they had partnered with Microsoft, potentially Tesla, and Starbucks to actually use cryptocurrency. So I assume at some point we're going to start seeing like Bitcoin stickers everywhere, like Bitcoin accepted. It's going to be in the news, but only after a certain price in Bitcoin. I think what I usually say is like the rich people are accumulating very heavily, very, 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 very heavily. And I don't think, this isn't like a conspiracy theory. It's just logical. If you're accumulating an asset, you don't want other people to kind of want to know about it. Like you're buying it on the cheap. And this is when I think when prices hit so high that other people have made tremendous amount of profits, I don't think that these people are going to dump their crypto. I think this is when they're going to start telling the other retail investors and all the other, normal people who don't have millions and billions that they should start getting into crypto as well because of the returns. At this point, these people will already have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 Bitcoin. And this is what I think will propel mass adoption. I think as we get, in 2017, we got up to it was $800 billion market. When we cross $1 trillion, that's when other big and small money will be very desperate to get into the cryptocurrency space. And this is when I think we're going to really hit mainstream. And it's just for prices. As far as like everyone actually using this, it's a good 5, 7, 8 years, somewhere around there. As far as like big money getting into it, big money is already here. I think it's around 1 to 3 years. I'm still torn because a part of me really believes that prices are going to go very high this year. But I get so much like pessimism when I say things like that. And it's like, why are you, pessimism breeds negativity. And when everyone is negative on prices and stuff like that, this is why I see so many articles talking about that we're going to have a bull run in 2021. And I'm like, why? Like everything that we have that's supposed to be launching is launching already. Like, it's here. Like we have maybe a couple of weeks before all these amazing things are kind of launching. And it's like, why do you, because someone else said that they saw or believed that we still have another 18 months of a bear market. And it's like, where's the information coming from in your head? Thank you very much, James Jeffries, for the donation. XRP is like a tornado. It's very quiet right now because the funnel hasn't dropped yet. But sure as the judgment, the storm is coming. I believe so. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's like taunting me. It's really insane. Like it just kind of won't move up. But like we all know, the price of XRP should at least be twice of what it is right now. I know it's coming. It's just can you do it already? Thank you very much, Chris Moretta, for your donation. Now is the time. Talk to your parents about crypto. Yeah. Remember we were talking about that before, as far as like family members and friends and stuff like that, like getting into crypto. I'm very excited, sarcasm, for my message box and my phone to start lighting up once again when the prices start going back up like crazy, because everybody's going to want to know about it. And I try to tell people about crypto. I feel like they don't care, but I know they will care. The moment prices go back up, it's going to be kind of completely insane. Yeah. Yeah. Before I forget this, right here, a lot of people have been asking me the last at least 2 weeks. I've seen a very big uptick, and it's very weird because this is how I know that the market is going to do better, at least for me in the near future, because a lot of people have been mimicking or faking my accounts all over the place. For those who do not know, I only post on YouTube. I then post as well on my Facebook page and also on Twitter, and I'm do some little things here and there on Twitter. This is clearly not me. especially because for those who can't read this, it said this, this page was created on the 21st of April. So I also don't use Telegram. I don't use any other app. I will never, ever, ever message you and say, like, okay, so the problem is that a lot of people keep messaging me and asking me if I'm messaging them. And it's not me. I will never, ever ask you for money. I will never, ever ask you for something in exchange for information, which apparently a lot of people are doing as well. People are messaging other people pretending to be me. And they're like, hey, if you give me $500, I'll do so and so and so. And it's like, no, that's not me. So just as a heads up, keep in mind, this is not me. I don't know who this person is. Unfollow them, whatever you have to do, whatever the case might be. Scrolling up a little tiny bit. Thank you very much, Nano Joe. What's your thoughts on Bitcoin Rhodium? Is this just another poo coin stealing the name of Bitcoin? There is only one Bitcoin. There is only one Bitcoin. Any other Bitcoin by any other name is not Bitcoin. If you have to add another something at the end of your name, in my opinion, you are not Bitcoin. This is just kind of how I feel about it. I have not heard about Rhodium. I assume it's kind of on the same level as Bitcoin Gold or Diamond or Green or Blue or whatever the other case might be. Yeah. There will only, until this chain is surpassed by another chain, which is probably not going to happen, there is only one Bitcoin, so do not be fooled. Thank you very much, James Rumble, for a donation. Get verified on Brave so we can tip you bat. Maybe. I think you have to like go to like a not a KYC thing, but I'm not too keen on like being verified on stuff. Maybe it's just got to take my tinfoil hat off. I do apologize. Thank you very much, Juice Dog. That name's amazing. No days off in this crypto space. Yeah, that's horribly accurate. I've definitely been as active as any human could possibly be. Thank you very much, Juan Venegas, for a donation. Thank you very, very much. I just saw, hold on. Looking for it. Where TMI. Do you see a scenario where 90% of cryptocurrencies fail? And if when, what needs to happen? Do I see a scenario? Yes? Question mark? I think it'll take I don't know. I think when we have another bull run, a lot of we lost a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 and some coins before because of the bear market going down. I think a lot of coins that should have been shaken away are still around. I assume in the future, and this is what I'm really waiting for, I think 2019, maybe even the very beginning of 2020, will be a very pivotal year as far as which coins will make it. I think, in my opinion, 13 up. I think these coins are very huge contenders. So is IOTA, so is Tezos, so is Neo, so is Ethereum Classic, so is Maker, Ontology, NEM, like pretty much all the coins that have remained in the top, I want to say top 40 that haven't really moved. I think they're going to do extremely well. And I could even see these coins in the future as huge projects. But the coins that I think are going to drop away, not to be mean to anyone's coin or project, I'm not going to even go to the last page. It'll be the coins that you've never heard of and that you don't hold. This is kind of the way that I feel. I think a lot of these coins, I haven't paid attention to them in explicit detail. However, it's clear that a lot of these things are going to be integrated into systems, especially like the proof of stake coins. I think they have a very strong future if they end up getting integrated onto Coinbase and on Binance. But the real holding glue will be if they get integrated onto the New York Stock Exchange and or the NASDAQ thing, or even the coins that we end up hearing from Fidelity that they're going to be custodying. That'll be a huge indication of where things are kind of going into the future. What I think needs to happen is those projects need to launch, and they need to kind of say, these are the coins that we're going to have. They mentioned before, I think it was the New York Stock Exchange, They said that they were looking at, I think it was the top 7 coins. They said as long as coins within the top 7 coins, they see no reason why they shouldn't list them. They were referring to XRP being a security because they hold all the licenses to list securities, and they were like, even if it is a security, why would we not list it? So I'm very bullish on these. I think it's going to eventually happen. I think same exact way that I think all the other Bitcoin forks won't really be around, or other coins just sharing Bitcoin's name. Simply because the market will have to decide at some point. You can't have this ambiguity. You can't have someone signing up to your platform and going, I want to buy Bitcoin. And then they go, well, here's Bitcoin Gold, and here's SV, and here's Cash, and here's Diamond, and here's Rhodium, and here's is this the real Bitcoin? But this one's a lot cheaper. I think I'll buy this one. You can't have that. That's not going to be a thing in the future. And this is why a lot of people think that eventually Bitcoin will kind of absorb or take the money away from all the other forks, and this is why Bitcoin's price will once again go to new heights. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas 2.0 for your donation. Amazing name. Happy Easter. What's your top 3 coins? And I mean this honestly. Like I said, Bitcoin and XRP, I will say these are one coin. I can't say, Bitcoin, XRP, and then choose a random third coin. These two are number 1 for me. My number 2... that's a tough one. That's difficult. It's between Ethereum and EOS. And I mentioned before why. It's kind of which one takes the first shot. I think Ethereum has a stronger lead, obviously, based on market cap. However, EOS could kind of take its place. I do firmly believe in EOS because of the amount of money that they have behind them. So those are like currently fighting in the street for number 2. As far as number 3... it's a tie between Cardano and Omise Go. Cardano, because I love what Charles Hoskinson is doing. I love what the Cardano team is doing. I think they're very smart for the countries that they're trying to not corner. That sounds very aggressive. Who they're trying to get in partnerships with. I think they're very, very smart. Just waiting for Shelly. And the Omise Go thing, I love it because of the ties that they have to Ethereum. I love that they're developing Plasma. And also, once again, I guess the other thing, like I'm waiting for Shelly for this. I'm waiting for Plasma on the Omise Go network. Yeah. Thank you very much, AJ20, for a donation. Where do you see Theta going? Hold on. Nope, filter currencies. Wait. Theresa Maycoin. I want to click on that so bad. Hold on. Theresa Maycoin. Theta, I will be honest with you. I won't lie. I never hear about Theta. I do not own any Theta. I think don't hold me to this. I think I heard about it in a podcast, but I might have drifted away when they were talking about it. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not a coin that's on my radar, me personally, myself. I don't know that much about Theta. Almost knocked over my water onto my computer. I would have been very, very sad. Thank you very much, MTS, for donation. LTC having price prediction, having as a catalyst. Yeah, a lot of people think that what's happening right now with the price of Litecoin, that things are actually being factored in at the moment. Like people are buying because it wasn't like Litecoin in like 20 something, or is it like a couple of months ago? I think 30. So people think that this is the beginning of the factoring in. A lot of people say or think that Litecoin's price will probably shoot up during the actual halving event. But typically what we've seen before in the past, and this has also happened for Bitcoin, is that the price doesn't skyrocket on that day. It's usually a couple of weeks later that you see this like ticking up kind of happening because people realize, oh, there's less of them going around. So this is kind of what people think. Price prediction, I'll put it to you this way. Let me see if I can actually find it. Where is the actual chart? There we go. All time. Jeez Louise, look at that. My goodness. Where's 20? Yeah, so right here, Litecoin was $3.84. I even rounded off to around $4. That was kind of the moment where I was desperately telling people that I thought Litecoin was undervalued. $3.84. And we shot up to a good, where is that? $316. So we went from 4 around 316, maybe even a bit more, somewhere around that number. Anyway, the point is we were over 300. We went from 300. We are currently sitting around, where is it? $74. This tells me Litecoin is not going to ever probably hit this $2, $1, $3 range ever again. And what we're going to see, if we had it, that's definitely like a 100x. A lot of people are incredibly bullish on Litecoin this is indicative of where Litecoin's price is going to go in the future, because the price of Litecoin has not slammed back down into these levels and has remained around here. If we have another 100x, or rather 100 times where it was, I don't personally foresee a $7,000 400 Litecoin price. However, we will definitely, my opinion, probably at least double the 300 something, if not triple it. Litecoin will eventually, at some point in the future, there's no way around it, will eventually hit over $1,000. There's no argument there. That comes down to the usage of cryptocurrencies, more people getting into the cryptocurrency space. Normally when other coins are added onto other platforms, Litecoin is typically one of those coins added. I'm assuming it's going to be eventually added to the NASDAQ and to the New York Stock Exchange. It's just how things are in the life and in everything. Litecoin will eventually go over $1,000. I don't know when. I assume during the next run up, we will definitely see a run up over $1,000. I think eventually, I can't even give you like a proper like when this is going to happen limit, but we will, next 5 years, I want to say 10 years conservatively, we will definitely have over a $3,000 Litecoin, which is kind of insane to think about right now, but it's definitely going to happen, especially as we get more usage and the reward continuously gets cut in half for this coin. Thank you very much, Dennis Kelly, for your donation. Could or would you make an intro to crypto 2019 video explaining to potential new investors on how to get started into crypto exchange via X exchanges? Something we can share with friends and family. Let me write that down because I have a horrible memory. Maybe I should not write with my non-writing hand. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Give me half a second. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on. I'm actually writing. Hold on. Sorry. I have to let you guys know that I'm still there. All right. I just realized I'm an idiot. I should have just taken a photo of your thing with my phone. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes what I used to make a lot of videos like this, but I stopped making them because I assumed that a lot of the people who were into the cryptocurrency space had been here for quite a long amount of time. And then I made like some more like introductory videos, but I can definitely swing one of those as well too, because I know a lot of people will be getting into crypto, and I think a lot of people also need to learn more about crypto. As it's clearly going places, and I understand like you also want your friends and family to also partake in the riches, as reluctant as many of them might actually be. Thank you very much, Dennis Kelly, for a donation. Did you get your unstoppable domain name? I did not. Is Unstoppable a video game? I do not. Rather, whatever it might be, I do not have it. I do not have an Unstoppable domain name. I can definitely tell you that. Thank you very much, Nick, for your donation. Very, very much. Thank you very, very much. Still scrolling down. Here we go. Once again, thank you very much, Nick, for your second donation. Sorry, the Theta Network streamed the NASA launch. Oh, did not know that. That's completely insane. I did not know that. That's actually kind of, yeah, I'm sure I'm sure I heard about Theta on a podcast. I just can't, I can remember hearing it in my head, but it didn't register as like a, not a crypto, but it was more like a passing word as I was looking for like the conversation to kind of go on. Scrolling down. Thank you very much, Albert Sanchez Alvarez. Love your show, but time to BBQ ribs and tri-tip. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy those ribs. Enjoy. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, finally got to the bottom of the chat. That was like a mega scroll. TMI, so many exchanges delisted Bitcoin SV and is still at $50. Your thoughts? In the nicest way possible. A lot of exchanges, rather, people were also delisting and getting rid of BitConnect. and the price was also still relatively high for a while. I mean, to be fair, and I don't mean this to be mean, there are a lot of people who do believe in their heart that Satoshi's vision, this coin, is the true Bitcoin. I think you have to look objectively at the evidence and the stuff that's kind of happening in the cryptocurrency space. Like, there's, I don't really know how to even put it into words. Like, I really don't. Like, we know what the legacy chain is. We know, I was watching something yesterday, and is really interesting. It was Vitalik Buterin. He was sitting on a stage. It was, I'm pretty sure you can find it on YouTube. It was like Vitalik Buterin mic drop or something like that. And it had to do with Craig Wright being Satoshi. And he was pretty much like, apparently this is just what I heard from this video. Vitalik was saying that the whole idea is that if Craig Wright is really Satoshi, he is capable of signing the block of the first transaction ever mined as Satoshi. We know that Satoshi did this. We know that, and even more so. First of all, it's relatively well known or believed that Satoshi Nakamoto is actually not a real name, and it's actually multiple people who came up with the idea of Bitcoin, what have you. So the idea is that if he is Satoshi Nakamoto, what have you, alone, that he has proof that he has mined the Genesis block, as this is all on the computer, and he is also capable of signing it as anything. Like, Vitalik was like, he's had many chances to kind of, go in front of the public and write, my name is blah, 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 blah. I'm going to write exactly this phrase, and then end up writing it on the actual block, which he did not do. But he apparently wrote or showed other people, like 3 or 4 other people in private, that he was Satoshi, and these people came forward and were like, yeah, he's Satoshi. And Vitalik was like, if you're really the creator of this coin, why not just show the world? Why would you show 4 people in private? So this is kind of one of the things, I mean, to be fair, Craig is not the only person who's come forward claiming to be Satoshi. This is part of also the problem. When you have 15 people coming forward and they're all like, yeah, it's me. Yeah, I know him. He texted me last week. We're such good friends. Like, we hang out all the time. He gave me the so-and-so and so. You have to follow the chain, not the chain of command, but the people who we know that he handed off the code to, the people who he kind of gave it to, the people who, like, there is only one Bitcoin. There aren't 5 XRPs. If someone forked XRP or created XRP Gold, XRP Cash, we would all know what XRP is. We know what the legacy chain is, and this kind of, yeah. Thank you very much, Quantum Resonance Frequencies, for your donation. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much, The Tech Geek, for your donation as well. I do appreciate it. I mean, yeah, there's not really much to talk about. Like, if Craig Wright comes forward and goes on a live stream and shows everybody the proof that he can sign the first block or any other substantial proof, as opposed to telling other people in a quiet room, just them, let's go for it. He is Satoshi. Until then, yeah. Hashtag I am Satoshi. What do you think? Can ADA hit $1,000 by 2021? That is the market cap of Cardano would be monstrous. If Cardano was $1, it would be 25 billion market cap. If it was $10, it'd be 250 billion. At $100, that'd be $2.5 trillion market cap, and $25 trillion market cap at $1,000. I doth not foresee that anytime in Justin Sun is Satoshi. I would lose my mind. Can you imagine how great of a moment that anyway, the point is, no. I definitely don't see a $1,000 Cardano, not even when I am old and gray. Do I see a $10 Cardano? Maybe. I see a $5 Cardano. If Cardano does what it says it is going to do and takes over so-and-so and so and passes by Stellar and passes by Binance Coin and passes by EOS and is quicker than EOS and so, we will definitely have a $10 Cardano. But my number, I'm betting on a good $5. That's kind of the number that I'm definitely going for. TMI, when you're talking about Satoshi, what do you think about John McAfee's tweet that Joel Katz is Satoshi? Right. That one also got me. I was actually looking around for it, and I was looking at a whole bunch of articles. If I'm not, so if I'm not mistaken, just to be clear, when he said that Joel Katz is Satoshi, does he mean, oh my gosh, why can't I remember this guy's name? The guy from Ripple. Give me a yes. Give me a yes. If I'm correct, the guy with the long hair and the so and so. Nick Spazo. No. My gosh, what is it called? I can't remember his name. Assange, Satoshi, one of them. What do you think about Proppy? Definitely see VeChain to $1. Cardano, if Cardano hits $589,000. Yes, David Schwartz. Yes, David Schwartz. I was having a conversation with someone, and they said, now, hear me out. How insane would it be if Satoshi Nakamoto was indeed David, and at some point he was like, I don't like this project anymore, left and helped to create XRP, which is like, can you imagine like Satoshi moving to a completely different, you understand what I'm saying? Like, imagine if the creator of Bitcoin was like, I'll create something better, and then he kind of like made and is working on XRP. I found that quite hilarious, because that would be insanely good. However, no one has any proof, and we've also heard from other people before who are working on the Bitcoin Bitcoin core code, there we go, who came forward and said that they know Satoshi, and that person or persons just want to be private. Like, there's a reason why they're not in the spotlight, but everyone is like, I know who you are, I can point you out, and it's like, just kind of leave them alone. Like, if they don't want to be, if you had created, I'll put it to you this way, if you in your basement created a cryptocurrency that you were, a little science project, oh, this is kind of cool, digital money, that eventually ended up being worth $20,000 per coin, and you had created something that was, what is that, 98, that was around $400 billion, and you knew that you had governments and stuff like potentially hunting you down. What do you want to be like? Hey, maybe I don't want to be found, maybe, I mean, I think it's just this, it's become like a, if you will, like an Easter bunny type story. Like, it's this very like mythical thing, and I think crypto's okay with like a mythical story. I don't think we necessarily, like, Bitcoin won't become better because we know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. If anything, Bitcoin might become worse, because we'll then have an icon in the cryptocurrency space, and whatever this person says kind of becomes law. Like, can you imagine if we figure out who Satoshi is, and they're like, yeah, I didn't really like that thing, and like everyone's like, oh my gosh, change it, or they're like, well, I think Bitcoin should be a lot, higher because the price, because the coins are really scarce, and then Bitcoin shoots up. Like, this is why Charlie Lee did, said all these things before. He kind of stepped back, if you will, from the Litecoin project, because he was like, yeah, I don't want people to base things simply off of what I said. Like, if the price moves based on what, if prices move based off of just what Justin Sun says and Charlie Lee, imagine if we had Satoshi's word, and we could hear what he said about Bitcoin any given day. Bitcoin would fluctuate like crazy just off of his word. So I think Bitcoin as this, like this, not inanimate object, like this, this self-sufficient economy running on its own, I think is very healthy. I don't think we need to know who Satoshi is. Satoshi is AI? Could be. Imagine. That'd be crazy. Imagine if AI from the future came back, created itself, and then created Bitcoin. Greatest movie ever. Yeah. Besides that, we're in a very interesting spot in the cryptocurrency space. Got a lot of people talking about that Bitcoin is about to stage a huge recovery. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I mean, when it moves, it moves. I think when you look at Bitcoin, it just doesn't do anything. When you stop paying attention to Bitcoin, it has those days where it goes up like 6, 7, 8%. Kind of is what it is. But a lot of people are calling for, by summertime, $10,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. We have estimates anywhere from 15,000 to the to the elusive $100,000. It kind of is what it is. I still think if we end up having a, what's it called? If Bakkt and the New York Stock Exchange can kind of get with it, I think we will definitely see, or rather, logically, we should see over a $20,000 Bitcoin price by the end of this year. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, at least for me, it's kind of logical. Having a bit more water, sorry. Summertime is next month. Satoshi Trump, Bakkt Street Boys. Good job. Oh, my goodness. Almost 1 year to Bitcoin halving. Yeah. People, I mean, they're just, there's so many people analyzing everything. Like no one knows what's happening. Like no one knows what's going to happen tomorrow in life. So no one definitely knows what's going to happen with crypto. A lot of people think that by the end of this year, that part of the reason why prices would start going up dramatically for Bitcoin is because people are going to start factoring in the reward getting cut in half, as far as like, not a lot of Bitcoin is going to be floating around. And it's kind of the perfect storm of billions of dollars from venture capitals and institutional investors. And then the other side is half of as many Bitcoin are going to be created. And also because what also usually ends up happening is that when prices are shooting up, miners are selling off less Bitcoin to cover their costs. But when prices are going down, they're selling off a lot more, and this is kind of where we get these price drops kind of coming in because they're trying to make enough money to be able to pay the light bill. But if we have things going up, miners sell a lot less. So all of these things coupled together should form Captain Planet. Thank you very much, Greg Tufano, for a donation. Will XRP see larger gains than Bitcoin or similar? So that is a question for the stars, simply because in 2017, XRP rose up by, I think, 18,000%. I don't think we're going to see an 18,000% rise during the next bull run. It would be nice. However, typically altcoins tend to sometimes outperform Bitcoin when prices are going up. Do I think in general XRP will have larger percentage gains? I will say should be. I can't say yes, I can't say no. I think the price of, if you want my opinion, I think the price of XRP should at least be, and I don't even joke right now, I mean like at least 99 cents. That's not even half a joke. Simply because of all the, just the confirmation of stuff that we know that's going to happen. But it will have extremely large gains. It's just kind of like a how many, because what the market is kind of beginning to do, I don't know if you realize it, like the gains that we have now, if we have a bull run, these gains won't be lost. So if Ethereum was $60 and we had a bull run, it would be multiplied by that 60. So this is how prices would kind of shoot up. But because we have a 167, should we have like a major crazy bull run, it'll be bounced off of that 167. If same exact thing with Litecoin, being $25, is these numbers that the bull will jump off of to kind of go higher, and it'll be how do I say that? I can't really explain it in my head, or rather even in words. The point is, yes, it'll have amazing gains. It's just like it's not moving while other coins are. Like it's been completely sideways, and that's a speculation of it's moving sideways because of the people say it's moving sideways because XRP is just stable. People are saying that it's being done on purpose to show that XRP is stable. People are, I mean, depending on where you look on the internet, everyone has their own idea as to why XRP has stability. Who knows? I mean, really, I cannot tell you the actual answer. But I mean, XRP is just kind of its own entity. I will tell you, however, and I mean this in the most honest, truthful way. If by the end of this year, and I mean the end of this year, if we have dozens of banks actively using XRP, we have dozens of institutions using XRP, we have dozens of crypto exchanges using XRP, and the price of XRP hasn't gone up, it'll be time to open up a book and start panicking, because that'll be something very weird. But as of now, we know that there's only one XRP corridor open. I think it's between, was it Mexico and second country, can't remember the name of the country, but when we have, 23 more corridors and we know that XRP is being used and the price doesn't go up, that'll be a red flag. But as of right now, it's still fine. Thank you very much, Todd Mullis, for a donation. Thoughts on BAT just landed on Android. I don't like or dislike BAT. Someone asked me that at the beginning of the video. I tried signing up to it before, and they were asking me for like if you accept donations, you have to like give your name and other information, and I'm like, I'm not really too keen on giving my information to a web browser, if I can kind of say that. Thank you very much, AJ20, for a donation. How you see crypto reacting to a US dollar collapse? We've seen Bitcoin reacting positively before in the past when other nations told their people that they couldn't access money in their bank accounts. This was years ago. We see Bitcoin reacting positively to people in South America going crazy on local Bitcoins. If we had if we had like a good 2 to 3 year time frame where Bitcoin was like really well known, Bitcoin's over $80,000, everyone's trading on it back and forth, people are selling their houses for Bitcoin, making new money, so and so and so. Bitcoin ends up going over $1 trillion market cap. Everyone's super rich. Everyone's super happy. And everyone, all these talks for, $100,000 Bitcoin, $250,000 Bitcoin start happening. And then the US dollar enters like this really strong inflation mode. Bitcoin's price would be absolutely lovely. I think crypto in general is, I think part of what we're seeing, maybe like a sliver of a percentage, is reacting to the news that the markets around the world probably aren't going to be doing too much aren't going to be doing too good over the next couple of years. I think a US dollar collapse would would ruin the world. And I don't mean that as a joke. But if Bitcoin, give me like 2 years. That'd be, not that I'm expecting or hoping for a dollar collapse. That would affect the lives of many people negatively. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to happen. There was definitely, where is it? Someone said XRP $1 by 2050. Yeah. Haven't been getting notifications. Yeah, I didn't get a notification as well for my actual like chat thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I definitely think that is going to do it for this video. I think we went over all the topics that I wanted to go over. Yeah, time will tell exactly what's going to happen with Cardano. Thank you very much, Will Jennings, for your donation. I do appreciate it. I am interested to see if during the next weeks, if we're going to see more SVD listings, or even if we're going to see like more Bitcoin Cash delistings. They're going to happen. I think it's just a matter of like from who and how many diehard fans are kind of still in the mix, if you kind of want to say that. Yeah, Shelly will happen eventually. Just a matter of kind of when. And yeah, for those who may just be joining right now or maybe whatever, this is not me. A lot of people are pretending to be me. Don't follow them. Don't give them the satisfaction of following their account. I hope you all enjoyed. No coughing. Yeah, I did pretty okay. I can feel that my throat feels horrible. I'm like holding it back, so it's gonna be pretty intense when I'm done with this. I actually need to have dinner. I'm very hungry. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are. Wherever in this crazy world you might be, I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. Interested to see exactly where the prices go as the week goes on. I wonder if this is like a temporary, like quick down and then kind of going back up, or if this is going to lead to something a lot lower, if you kind of will say that. People are calling for a lower Bitcoin. Regardless, I'm going to be buying up the coins that I believe in. But yeah, I will talk to you all soon. See you.